So this is the easiest sourdough starter recipe. I've seen a ton of videos on YouTube about sourdough starters and it gets really confusing and complex. I'm glad you're here, so let's jump into how to make this super simple to have an incredible sourdough starter. So my sourdough starter is 100% hydration, right? So we got equal parts flour and equal parts water in here. So this guy is Sam. Just pulled him out of the fridge. He's super bubbly. We could see that in the video. And he's just active and ready to go, right? Great sign. So he's already grown. So the rubber band here is a simple way to follow if he's risen or not. This is the end product, all right? So he started, say the rubber band was right there when I started and made him, and he's grown. This is what you want to do. This is what we see as an active starter. You're gonna bake with it when he's rising. The sourdough is actually rising. So how did we get here, right? He's been going, I don't know, I think he's been around a year now. So he's super active. But how do we get here? Let's cover that. So simple, really simple, right? We have a jar. We can use a jar, you can use a cup, you can use a bowl, you can use anything you want. It's got to be able to have a lid that when it's, when it's cruising and trying to develop with the active yeast in the air and all that, it's got to be able to get a little bit of air in there. But obviously you want to have it covered so it's not getting all kinds of material in there. So, stuff floating in the air or whatever not. The other thing is we need to know how much we're putting in there, like equal parts. So the best way to do this, and now you're like, oh, Bob, you're getting complex. Now we're weighing things. But really, this is the best way to go. So get yourself a scale. It's super easy to do it this way, and then you can get accurate measurements. So we're just going to weigh everything. And what we're going to weigh is in grams. So once you start baking, or if you already baked, grams is a big way to measure, and it's super accurate this way. Do you have to be 100% accurate this way? No, but it gives you a good idea when you get going how to develop this. And when you need a certain amount of starter for a recipe, you'll know how much is in that jar, okay? So this is the first step when you haven't done anything yet. Got an empty jar. We're gonna zero him out on the scale, so now it's 0 grams. And we're gonna put in, I've already pre-measured this, it's 30 grams of water. I love to do 30, 30, and 30. If you wanna go real crazy, just go 33, 33, 33, you have 100 grams, right? So here's 30 grams of water. And then this is an all-purpose, this is a bread flour, because I use this bread flour for my sourdough. Then I'm going to put in here, I'm going to tare it again. I'm going to put 15 grams of this flour in there. Okay. And to really jumpstart a starter, to really get it going from scratch here, I love to use 100% whole wheat flour. And then we're going to add 15 grams of this. Now, I didn't zero it out. I'm just going to 30 now. When I maintain my starter, 30. Perfect. Now, when I maintain my starter, I don't use the whole wheat to maintain it. I just use the bread flour. A, it's a little bit cheaper. It's not as expensive as the wheat flour. I do bake my bread with it, but to maintain them is a different video. We'll cover that later. But just to get your starter going, this is the simplest way. So what we got? 100% hydration here. We got 30 grams of flour, 30 grams of water, all set. Give that a mix. Now the whole goal here is just to get 100% incorporated, okay? You can see in there. You just want to make sure it's not big clumps in there. All the flour got some water. And that's all you're going to do. Really simple. Get it incorporated. If you got any clumps in there bigger to say than like a pea, frozen pea or something, then that's too much. Take a rubber band. You could probably clean that up a little better so you could see it. We get a rubber band right at the level of starter to the container, loose fitting lid. And then where does he go? He just goes right here on the counter. And what's it gonna do? It's gonna get active yeast in the air. It's gonna go in there and it's gonna start developing. And that's a simple process to first get them started. All right, so day 2. We're looking at our starter, he or she, whatever you wanna name it. Make sure you name it. It just kinda makes it fun. You can even have your kids feed it. That's all, the whole part of it. It looks just the same. No big change. Nothing changing in there. We haven't really developed anything, but it's day 2. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna get another container. So pretty much you need 2 containers to create your starter. We're gonna zero it out. And now we know we have 90 grams in here, right? And we're gonna keep this thing going. So what I like to do is just take this. Now we're gonna add 30 grams to a new jar, okay, of this already developing starter. I've already measured some water. We've got 30 grams of water. And then what we're gonna do? 30 grams of flour, right? Tear that. So I'm gonna go 15 again on the white. The simple bread flour, and then give it 15 grams of the wheat. Now when this thing starts really going, I'll start to just migrate towards the bread flour and not the wheat flour. But this really helps jump it off, like, because this wheat flour's got a lot going in there. It's got the wheat, it's got the germ of the seed, the flour. I mean, it's got the germ of the berry. There's a lot more in whole wheat than in just simple bread flour. All right, now we got 30, 30, 30. Give it a mix. So trying to get it past that pea size. All right, so it's all incorporated. Throw the rubber band on there. Loose fitting lid. And then, like we did before, we're just gonna throw him on the counter for another day. Hey guys, real quick, in the description there's a link to a cooking basics course that I produced. If you're trying to learn how to cook, you want to change the game in the kitchen, go check out that course. Really affordable. I mean, I think it's under 25 bucks right now. All right, so day 3, here we are. There's a little more development. It's starting to bubble a little bit. You can kind of see, maybe you got a little bit of rise on there, on the jar, and it's changed a little bit. This is the process. If you have questions too, guys, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video. So now what do we do from day 3 on? We do the same thing over and over and over until you start to see it develop like this. You get this beautiful bubbles in there. Oh, it has an incredible smell, a little bit sourdoughy. Everybody's is gonna smell a little bit different. Once your sourdough starter has doubled past this rubber band, so it's done just as much as it's below, you've got an active starter. It's gonna be ready to start baking with. And that's the simple process for making a sourdough starter. So let's cover that really quickly again. Empty jar, 30 grams water, 30 grams of flour. I like to do 15 and 15, 1 whole wheat, 15, and a bread flour, 15 grams. We're gonna mix that together and then let it sit for a day. Day 2, you're taking 30 grams of your starter, putting it in a new container. You're adding 30 grams of water, 15 and 15 of flour, mix it up, and then you let it sit another day. From day 3 on, you're gonna have to start noticing if it does start to rise and fall all the way down to where you've been before you feed it again, then you're gonna have to do the same process again. The idea is to feed it before it goes up and comes all the way back down past your rubber band. If it's doing that, and then you start to notice like a liquid on the top, then you're waiting too long to feed it. Go ahead and feed it. Now your feeding schedule might not be able to go that far, 24 hours. Your feeding schedule might change to 12 hours, if that makes sense. So to simplify that, if it rises and goes down and it's getting close to your rubber band, you've had to start feeding it again. So feed it again, same process, 30 and 30 and 30 of the starter. So that's it, simple sourdough starter. Subscribe to the channel to get the next video that I'm gonna release on how to maintain your starter.